Who's that? Oh, no.
So what about this prank was so funny? Was it the fact that you crashed their party? Was it the fact that you took their Christmas presents and just ransacked it? Or was it the part where the kids were screaming and hollering in fear, telling you to go away, go away? Or was it the part where one of their siblings, like they make it a point to abduct one of their siblings and run off with them while the other one just watches in fear? What's so funny about this? Hey y'all, is it just me, or has anyone noticed that it's very popular on the internet to scare kids for clicks, likes, and views? Typically, we see parents usually try to go viral on social media by scaring their kids, whether it's showing them an object that they're afraid of, or having some kind of interaction that disturbs their peace, or a big shock, sudden shock factor. I'll just be scrolling through social media and I'll randomly see a video of a child being terrified, scared to the point of tears because they're, like I said, usually parents are scaring them or putting them in a situation to where they are being fearful or they don't understand what's going on. Well, I'm going to talk about it. Hi, I'm JoJo. I like to opine on various topics because I can. So if you can like the video, and hopefully by the end of this video, you'll want to become a subscriber and join the wonders. So there are just so many trends now where, like I said, children are being traumatized and disturbed for the sake of trying to achieve a viral moment. And it's tacky. It's tacky. It's tasteless. I feel like it's, in some instances, abusive. And unfortunately, I'm just going to have to show you some examples of what we're talking about. Beware, kids will be crying and screaming. We got to get through it. I understand. But this trend is so trifling. But let's get right on into it. Okay, so this trend is called the dancing cactus. And if you haven't seen it, it's a toy. And the toy is very receptive to sound. And when you speak, it will basically output the sound that it was given, but usually in a higher pitch. And some kids love these and some kids are very terrified of these. So what these particular people / parents are doing are putting their child in a position to be afraid of it, or the kids are fearful of it, and the parents put them in a position to where they have to interact with it. And also when it outputs the sound, it'll like shimmy and shake while it does it. It'll shimmy and shake while it does it. So let's take a look.
Hello. Emiliano. You don't like it? You don't like it?
Hey.
שלו.
Really? So you push the toy closer to the kid when they're clearly terrified of it. As you laugh, you push it closer to the kid so they can be even more fearful of it. Yeah, that's just comedic genius. These parents and these people literally buy this toy not everybody, but the people in these particular videos bought this just to scare their child. Like, I hope it was worth it. Like, I hope if you got your viral moment, which some of these did not go viral. So was it really worth it when you really think about it? You put your child in a predicament to be scared, you disrupted their peace, all for the sake of a viral moment. And a lot of them didn't even get it. Some of them did, but some of them didn't. So was it really worth it in the end to scare your child like that? Toys are meant to bring kids happiness and promote creativity, not to send them screaming and hollering into another room. And let me be very clear about this. I don't have anything against the toy itself. The toy itself is cute. I like how it shimmies in response to it. But if the child is afraid of it, do not put the child in a position to where you can get likes, clicks, and views because you see that it terrifies your child. That's just wrong. That's harassment. It baffles me. There's a whole community of people who find this hilarious and are encouraged to do this. Like, what joy does it really bring you when you really think about it? Unless you love siphoning the spirit and energy and tears of children, which is extremely weird. That's like some Hollywood stuff. Unless you love to siphon that out of children, what does this really bring you? What joy does this bring you? Because when I look at it, I feel bad for the kids. So this next one is called the Grinch prank or the Grinch challenge. So basically, a family member or a friend or just someone who they know dresses up as the Grinch, the iconic not anti-hero, but the anti-icon. He's an anti-Christmas icon. He's a Christmas anti-icon. And people are dressing up as him usually to crash the party, and they run around terrorizing the child or the children in an attempt, again, to get likes, clicks, and views for a viral moment. So I'm sorry, but let's check it out. Oh, Lord have mercy. Here we go.
Ready?
Lord have mercy. Okay, there's one more.
Who's that?
No.
So what about this prank was so funny? Was it the fact that you crashed their party? Was it the fact that you took their Christmas presents and just ransacked it? Or was it the part where the kids were screaming and hollering in fear, telling you to go away, go away? Or was it the part where one of their siblings, like they make it a point to abduct one of their siblings and run off with them while the other one just watches in fear? What's so funny about this? And it really bothers me how all of the adults are in the back just pointing and laughing and supporting it. And then some of them have the nerve to be like, oh, stop it, you're doing too much. How are they doing too much? How are they doing too much? Like in the first video, she was really sitting on the one on the couch like, stop, hey. No. They have every right to react that way. You're doing the most as adults. Not only that, this is not the spirit of Christmas. I get it. The Grinch is supposed... Really, I don't even think the Grinch was really scary. I mean, maybe the live action one, I guess he could be seen as scary, but the cartoon itself, the Grinch was never scary. The Grinch never abducted children. From what I can remember, the Grinch never ransacked people's houses. He just dropped in quietly, stole presents, and left. You know, he wasn't making it his mission to terrify the kids, and that's not what the Grinch is about. And like I said, I don't see what's so attractive about this prank. I don't see how this is cute. Like, can you just imagine a green monster ripping through the door and snatching you or your siblings up and stealing your presents and running off with them? Like, how was that funny? The next one is the pretend to hit your baby challenge, which this one doesn't really terrorize as much. It's just more so the fact where, and I cannot make this up. The object is to basically trick your kid into believing that they were hurt. And as a result, if you can convince them to get your kid to cry, to scream and to holler because they felt that, oh, they hurt me. So basically the parent has to trick their child into believing that they just got hurt. It's really stupid.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Ehi, sono solo. Oh, legge, tutto legge. Solo. Oi, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, you okay?
Oh, mon amour chéri. Oh, tu te fais bobo? Oh, j'ai tout fait bobo, mon amour.
Oh no, are you okay? No? Not bothered? He's not as thick as all the other children.
Props to that last baby. I genuinely feel kind of bad for the kids. I do. I don't find it hilarious at all. And for the parents participating in this activity, what do you get out of this? For any of these, what do you get out of this? You're basically teaching your child to react to something that doesn't exist at all. And there's actually a word for this. It's called social referencing. And with social referencing, basically, babies and children will look to the adult to understand how they should react to something, even if nothing actually happened. So if you make a big thud sound and the baby looks at you, you look at the baby and you're just like,
Oh my God! Oh! The sky is falling! Oh!
Well, the baby's gonna think, oh my goodness, the sky is falling. So of course they're going to cry and scream. You're using their naivety against them. And I think it's so tacky. Kids at that age just don't have the ability to put two and two together. They're not going to understand that they're being played. Even after the fact, they will never understand. Not really. I mean, maybe there might be one or two unicorns out there, but the vast majority of children at that age are not going to understand. And although this trend might be the least offensive of them, arguably, it's still the whole concept of intentionally disturbing the child's peace for a viral moment. Keywords intentionally. If it's something, now there are ones that I've seen on social media where it was a little more genuine, like maybe the kid was afraid of her own shadow. It wasn't a shadow at the parents' cast, it was just genuinely outside. The kid saw their shadow and got afraid. That's a little bit different. But to intentionally set up and stage a situation for your child to be in fear or to be in distress is just really tacky. Like, to me, something I would probably laugh at is, let's say a baby was taking their first steps, right? That would be very cute. But if the baby was taking their first steps and maybe as the baby was walking, the baby like farted with every step and the farts scared the baby, that I would laugh at that because that's a genuine moment. It wasn't staged. You know, the parents just wanted to like, oh my God, the first steps. And the child happens to be farting while they walked. I would laugh at that. That's cute. Again, I wouldn't laugh at staging something to, you know, like I said, to cause them fear, scare, or terrorize them. That's not cool. Let's do one more because that's really all about I have left in me because I don't want to hear the babies cry much longer. But the last one is called the Be Without You Challenge. And if you know Mary J. Blige and you know her song, I believe it's called Be Without You, there's a part where she belts. I'm not the best singer. I'll just play the video. But at the belting part, whoever originally created this sound, they belt the note very like a little more loudly than normal and a little more wild. They're not like hitting the right note on purpose. It's very off key. And the object is to have your baby enjoy the first part of the song. And then when the belting part comes, which normally probably wouldn't startle anyone, it's the loud moment that's supposed to startle them. So let's take a watch, unfortunately. Now, me personally, I enjoyed this song growing up. I was in my early teens when this song came out. And I like Mary J. Blige. I've always liked her. And to see this song used for that purpose, that already bugs me to begin with. So I don't like that. And it also falls back to causing your child a moment of temporary distress because you want a viral moment. And because you want to show the world, look, my baby is the most scared baby of all the babies. I know for a fact that these parents are taking advantage of their child's naivety and the fact that they just don't understand what's going on. And they have a certain innocence that they're taking advantage of. And it doesn't sit right with me to do that. At least not for a viral moment. Doing it at home in your house, that's your business. I wouldn't want to do that if I had a child, but to not only do that, but to put it on camera for everyone to see, it doesn't sit right with me. Thankfully, there's people on the internet who are calling these things out. And there's a lot of other trends I could have shown you. Like there's ones where you put on a Halloween mask and just scare the crap out of your kid. There's ones where you just suddenly pop up and oof, there's so many out there. I just picked from some of them, but I found a child psychotherapist who calls this out, and I'm going to play her video. Her name is Kath, and this needs to be seen. So this is going to be great. Hold on.
Does anyone realise it? Scaring your children to get attention from strangers on the internet is a bit weird. As somebody who's an expert in children's emotional states, especially things related to trauma, this might sound over the top, but these babies, toddlers, are experiencing intense terror in these moments, visibly shaking in true fight or flight. And these pranks have a much deeper impact than the cheese on the face or egg on the head trends that were circulating on TikTok, because this is an abuse of power. Your child is meant to see you as a place of safety and trust. What do you think their brains and bodies learn from this experience? We've evolved to learn from moments of heightened emotions for survival. So even though they're young, their bodies and brains will learn from these experiences that mummy or daddy can potentially, at random, cause intense terror. Think about how that's going to impact them. They don't know it's a joke. In fact, the laughter in response to their cries for help only makes me more concerned about what these children are learning about how the world responds to their fear and sadness. More and more, I see children being used as commodities instead of the human beings they are. They can't consent, they don't have full knowledge of what's happening, and I'm not sure parents realise the possible dark consequences of posting your children on the internet and what that can be.
I agree with Kath, 100%. These children trust their parents. They trust their family members. And these are very crucial years in their life where they are forming and growing and learning to understand the world. And the first person really a child trusts is their parent. And if their parent is doing this to them, how do you think they're going to internalize that? Not only are you betraying their trust as a parent, you're also putting their pain, suffering, or distress on the internet for potentially millions of people to see. They're making it a spectacle. They're making it a joke. And to me, it's sickening. I want to see these trends stop. I really do. And when you think about it, and this boggles my mind, but how many takes do you think some of these kids went through so that the parents got the ideal video that they wanted? Think about it. Think about how many takes they probably went through, how many times they scared their children, how many times they set things up. You know what I mean? Like, that may not be everyone's video, but you can just tell that that sometimes multiple takes were taken. And it's just, so it's not just a one-time thing for some of these kids. It's over and over and over and over again until we get the perfect shot to show everyone how terrified you are. Also, let me say that I am not saying that these are bad parents. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I want to see these parents do better. That's what I want. I'm not calling them bad parents. I'm saying that I want to see them do better. I don't want kids to grow up with this kind of trauma, especially when it's completely avoidable and it was and the parents did it completely by choice. It's different when it was something that was out of your control, but this is something that you're setting up and allowing to happen. So therefore, you have control over this. Family, friends, parents, you have control over this. Don't do this to your children. And also, don't support creators who do this to children. So that marks the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Also, you're probably wondering, why do I look like this? This is the theme for me is the 90s, and I was a child in the 90s. When I was that age, those ages, I was born in the 90s. So I wanted to give you like a cool 90s kind of child-friendly spin on things. So yeah. I was going to do Power Rangers instead of Care Bears, but I had this hat and I was like, I just need a shirt to match. So the Care Bears was. I know Care Bears was in the 80s. I know that. But things from the 80s spill over into the 90s. So here we are. So yeah, until next time, take care and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.